So I guess, is Peter on the call?
He's not here yet.
Peter, come a minute.
So this is an auspicious event. It's Ian's first video conference, I believe.
Yeah. Welcome to the digital age.
He didn't even know he could see himself on the.
Yes, I knew that. How do I get rid of that?
You done? What,
No,
push
it's
them?
just come up because of the recording.
Yeah, well, just continue. Just cursor over, continue.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
right.
you can't see that text
It doesn't matter, I've got it here.
because I can move them along.
I've got it, I've got it. I've got
Okay,
it,
all right. Okay, I leave it to
I've got everything here. Mark has disappeared, is he?
Mark,
No, he's still there.
I'm here, I'm
He's
here,
just-
I'm here.
He's
yeah,
just
Mark is driving. So
Driving.
he
Invisible
shouldn't have
man.
his camera on because he might look at us and then crash.
No, I just put it on mute so that, I mean, in case there's any noise, there's no noise in the background. You know, normally it's better sometimes to have it on mute unless when you're ready to speak, then you unmute yourself. Else we end up getting a lot of noise, like sometimes people tend to have TV on or whatever in the background, and that starts to make a lot of noise in these kinds of times.
Well,
You better get
Well,
on.
luckily everybody is in a nice silent room at the moment. It sounds very good.
Right. Usually we should all be muted until.
I thought Peter might have been here to act as chair for the opening bit, but I mean, I'm the only one that is not on the committee now.
Well, let's give it another 2 minutes till 18:36. That gives you a chance to finish your first bottle of wine.
I'm not drinking near a computer.
I hope this is a short meeting because I've got a dinner appointment. I have to leave at 7:15. Gentlemen.
That's very short. That's when he gives us half an hour with you.
Yes, similarly, I have babysitting duties, so.
Well, you just have to do the Zoom meeting at the dinner.
Anyway, we can start the meeting. I'm the one that's not on the committee at the moment. So, I mean, I can do the first bit, which is being the chairman pro tem and just
Yep,
carry on with the election of.
Yes, let's go for that.
let's do that then.
All right. The second item on the agenda is apologies for absence, which we know is Claire and Fred Weston. Okay. And then we move on to election of chairman. So I need to have proposals and.
Bruce is the current chair, was this chairman, wasn't it?
Yes. Bruce, what's your
Well, what should I say?
Bruce?
Does anyone feel they want to be the chairman? Right? Not even to compete with it. So, I'll continue if you want, but to be honest, it's been a bit the last 2 years. Of course, you know, it's a COVID. I don't know when this COVID's going to come off. I don't know when we can be able to do anything.
Well, I nominate Bruce so that hopefully when we come out of COVID, could be proper chairman and not a virtual one for a year.
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
What
I
Mark
second that.
is
Come on.
Mark,
I second that.
opposing Bruce.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Seconded.
So Mark has proposed Bruce, and Dave
I'll-
seconded.
You
Who's
haven't had a
seconding?
chance to flex your
Dave.
muscles, so now's the time.
Who seconded? Dave?
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh, okay, well, Bruce, you can carry on with the meeting now, if you're the chair.
Oh dear, right. Members of the committee, have you got the, where's the agenda? My agenda's disappeared.
The agenda's on the screen.
It's on the screen, now, yes, put it back on the screen, yes.
We now need to do the secretary and the treasurer.
Yes, can we have votes for the secretary? Does anyone nominate anyone for the secretary? Ian, you can come back.
Ian's
I
not on the
am
committee.
not on the
at moment.
committee yet.
You're not on the committee, huh?
So I should say that Claire is agreeable to performing the duties of secretary on behalf of the official secretary.
I
So-
propose Claire. Yeah.
We
No,
can't
no,
have
no,
Claire,
she-
she's
she-
not
she-
on the-
It's not on the
Oh,
committee
she's
either.
not in the committee. Oh,
But she's willing to do, to
Oh, right.
perform the duties if
We can have-
requested by the
We
secretary.
can have what Peter Fraser calls a virtual secretary.
So I was actually hoping
Bobby.
to propose Frederick Weston, actually.
oh.
It's a pity he's not on the meeting because he's retired, I think. So,
I
um,
don't think you should take someone who hasn't. been-
I know. I mean, unless anyone else is willing to volunteer, can we just put that on hold?
Well, why don't we just go to the co-op and then so that then officially the
Yeah, but
The
I think we need an
co-op section.
official position from one of the elected members. So we
okay.
can't appoint a co-optee. But I think unless
All right.
anyone is willing to volunteer, I think we just have to put it on hold until we can maybe twist someone's arm.
Well, I mean, if you've had an indication that Frederick's willing to stand,
We haven't. yet.
No, I haven't. It only occurred to me
No?
this
I think
afternoon.
Chris
Chris, you
at
should.
the back to
People nominate Chris.
I nominate Chris.
I think
I don't really have the time. I don't really have the time to do
No,
this.
we pass it on. We pass it on. We pass it on after Chris.
But I think Fred is retired. He might. and if
He's
it's-
retired, but yes, but he
Okay,
might
so-
not.
logistics could
okay,
be a
so-
challenge
so
in
let's-
terms of not doing
let me make a proposal then. I will try to persuade Fred to take on the position, and if I fail, then
It's yours.
I'm happy to take it on. How about that?
All right. As long as I
All
can
right,
get that.
all right.
Okay, then the next one should be easy. We need a treasurer.
Yeah, that's Praveen then.
So formally, I think I'd propose Praveen.
Yes.
Second that.
Second that.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to continue unless anyone else would like to
oh, that's it, done.
take part.
So who did the second in there? Was it Dave again?
Mark,
Oh, it was Mark.
Mark seconded him.
or choose someone else if you want.
Okay. Okay. Right, so now I can share Ian's notes as we move to point 4, Bruce.
For the signatories, there were Praveen, Mark, and Ian. I propose that they remain.
You're jumping.
Yeah.
Oh,
Co-options is the
co-options,
next.
sorry.
Four options, yeah.
So I just need to take this call in case it's someone.
What if you want to ring?
Oh, hi. Okay, let me email them to you. Okay. So that was Joseph. He doesn't seem to have any
Ron Smith?
details. Yes. Could you, Rod, could you email, let me see if I can find the email.
Joseph Smith?
Is Rod listening in?
No, okay. I'll just send it to you. So how do I do this?
What you looking for?
I'm just going to send Joseph Leroy Smith the details of the meeting because he doesn't seem to have them. So you just need to bear with me for a moment. You can carry on in the meantime. If you want.
Has he signed
Found
in?
it,
then?
have you found it, Chris? Because I can send it on to him.
Oh, yes, please, Dave. That'd be good.
I'll do that now.
Cheers.
I can find all the email addresses you want.
Okay, I've sent it.
Right, okay, co-options then. So I don't know if you can see my screen again. Can you?
Yes?
Yes.
I can see you.
So on the
See,
right hand, on the right-hand side, I've listed the people who had either been previously elected or co-opted. And I think for continuity, I'd like to propose we just co-opt all of those.
Yep, I second that.
yes.
So
Yeah.
that would be
Seconded,
Keith
yeah.
Alexander, Karen Alexander, Gillian.
They've been elected surely. Didn't the previous
Previously
oh,
elected.
no, they were not.
No, they were co-opted the last time, yeah.
They were co-opted. They were co-opted.
Yeah, so this would be Keith Alexander, Karen Alexander, Gillian Lillico, Claire Caballo, and Ian Wishart.
Yeah, happy about all those.
So what you're suggesting
You
that
didn't read Mark.
Mark's
Sorry?
now elected.
Mark is now elected, right?
I thought at the AGM that they had, but one of the things I had as a suggestion, I didn't attend it, was that you elect Mark.
Yes, Mark is elected.
Yeah, Mark was.
That's elected, yeah.
to replace
you need to look
Claire.
at you need to look at the right-hand column, Ian.
Well, I've got to move it over. I don't know. I don't know how to move the thing because you're.
Take it from us, Ian, that Mark is elected.
That's it, elected. Yeah. Move them up.
So who are you co-opting then?
Keith Alexander,
Hmm.
Karen Alexander, Gillian Lillico, Claire Caballo, Ian Wishart.
I'm happy to, I know Claire would be happy to be co-opted and I'm happy to be co-opted. I hope the others are happy.
We can check with
They,
them, I
they
guess.
probably would be, yeah. Not sure about Gillian, but the others would be.
So, is that you just don't know about Gillian, or you know that she wouldn't be?
Just don't know about her. Oh, no, definitely, no.
Okay. 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 Looks as though we've got Joseph.
Evening all,
Evening. Could you put your camera
should
on?
be on. Oh, sorry, yeah. It is now.
Dressed for the occasion.
Yes. It's like a school tie as well.
You're wearing the association tie.
Okay.
And
So, okay, Bruce, I think we can move on to item 4 then, I think.
Item 4.1 signatories. Shall they remain as, I don't have that other page.
It's there, isn't it?
Yes.
So maybe do point by point, I think.
Yes. Signatories
Bank
4-1,
account- The bank account signatories are currently Praveen, Mark, and myself.
and I propose they remain the same.
Yep, second
Any
that.
objections? No,
Nope, no
no
objections.
no objections. Charity Commission correspondent, that's Ian. And the next item as well, HMRC correspondent, that's Ian. I propose that, Ian, if you're willing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
able,
yeah.
same, yeah. The ICQC representatives, Chris and Mark and Karen and Peter.
And Keith.
I don't know how often these meet, but
Hmm?
pretty sure you'd want to be our representative still.
Yep.
Okay.
And 4-5, Federation of
Do
Guyanese.
you have done Keith? I've got proposing Keith to also be an ICQC representative.
Yes, I mean, I can stand down and Keith can take my place.
But Mark is already an ICQC rep. Chris, Mark, Karen, and Peter.
So Mark is proposing Keith Alexander.
Oh, Keith.
And I'm saying I'm happy to stand down.
But
Because I
is
guess
Keith willing? The thing is, we don't have these people to know if they're
Yeah.
willing to be these.
Well, Mark, could you check and find out if Keith is willing in due
Yeah,
course?
he is willing.
Okay. Well, we could just add Keith's name actually, because
Yeah,
for
just
these
ask Keith here,
meetings,
because sometimes the thing about it is that sometimes all of
not
us
everyone's
can't
available.
Get it
Yeah.
anyhow. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so Keith also. Okay. So we can go to item 5, Bruce.
In 5.
4-5.
4-5, Federation of Guyanese Nationals representative. I would continue to do that if everyone wants.
Yeah, well, I agree with that, but do they still exist?
They do exist, yeah. Haven't been meeting a lot, but they do exist. Fires and them, they do exist, yeah.
How are
Okay.
those meetings conducted, Bruce?
How often?
How and how often?
They're conducted usually, they usually used to be conducted in the High Commission, but we haven't been conducting anything there because of COVID, and they have not been conducted on Zoom. So they haven't been conducted for a while. But I have spoken to Fires, and it's still an active, it is an organization that exists. They're not defunct. But as far as meetings are concerned, it hasn't been going. And charity stuff has not been going, but they're arranging things for when Zoom comes off. You know.
It's the only federation that started off as a federation without having any constituent members and then attracted members. Anyway, normally it's the other way around.
It's a group of organization. Yeah. So is that all right? Would anyone else? Dave, would you like to be on that?
No, thank you.
Well, given that it's all, by the sounds of it, almost defunct, I'm not sure it's
No, it's not defunct. It's not almost defunct.
almost, I said.
Everything has been, subject to the COVID.
Yeah.
This COVID is over, and they can do their fundraisings and their charity work. They will be doing.
Let me pass on that one for the moment, please.
Okay. Item 5.
So what? Are we not agreeing who the representative is at 4.5?
Yes, we just
Yeah,
did.
I would be.
Yeah, it's Bruce.
It's Bruce, okay.
Yeah.
Item 5, confirmation of the minutes of meetings held on the 21st of February 2020. So, I can't see, I remember them. So does anyone could confirm that?
So you should be able to see the minutes on the right of your screen. Oops. Oh. So, I don't know if anyone wants to speed read them. I think we should just approve them.
Just taken read and approved.
Well, I can propose approval if that's what you want.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. I did give apologies for that meeting,
It's not.
and they're not recorded.
Oh, not recorded. Okay.
Tut, tut.
I got my red pen.
So I had a lodge meeting that day.
Subject to that, I second Ian's proposal to adopt them. So that we move on.
Item 6, matters arising not on the agenda.
Hang on, let Ian catch up.
I mean, so what you're saying with that one correction, you agreed that the minutes be,
Yes.
I propose, I
Carried.
want a second.
Yeah,
Who seconded?
actually, no, I can't. I was that meeting.
It wasn't, you weren't there.
Yeah, I wasn't at that meeting either.
Probably just as well that I do.
Who seconded?
Well, I'll do it. Let's move on. Dave,
Okay, Dave.
I was there.
Item 6, matters arising not on the agenda. Anyone has any other matters? Not on-
Yeah, got quite a few. Right, minutes 43. It was suggested that the financial year be changed to the end of March. This was something that Mark brought up some time ago. I think we should just shelve that.
Okay. Seems a good idea.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
What was the reason for changing it to the end of March?
The reason was, I think Mark thought more people would attend the AGM if it was sort of in the summer months. You know, I mean, after the end of the year, it's
Yeah.
usually a month or two before we have the AGM, rather than in the late autumn. But I don't, you know.
I'm not convinced either.
Yeah, well, we said we'll just
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Item 35, presumably the cricket event was not held.
No.
No.
Although, given that it's raised now, is there any merit or is there any enthusiasm for trying to repeat, or not repeat it, but to have it this year? I have a slot at, I'm president of my own cricket club, as I think one or two of you may know. We're doing a big cricket festival at the end of the summer. I've got a slot on Monday, the 24th of August. Sorry, Monday, the 23rd of August. I would like the idea of my current, or the old boys of my school, which I'm on the committee and well, president, playing against the old boys of my first secondary school, or a team raised by them. So I wonder if Chris perhaps might be able to generate some interest. I'll help you, gathering two teams. Something to put on the, for us to discuss perhaps. I don't think this committee needs to either agree or disagree with it.
let's put it for discussion, because on the 24th of August, is that when the match will be?
23rd of August, yeah.
23rd of August. We're not sure how we would be. I don't, it's a bit hit and miss.
Yes, of course. As I say, it's just something I'm flagging up.
Yeah.
If things can open up and Chris and I can perhaps liaise regarding some players, and I can get people like Fayaz, and I've raised it with him already, to help out. We could perhaps get a little Guyanese team representing the QC Old Boys against my club.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, well, let's
I guess there's not a long time to go, but let's leave it for something to think about.
Something to chat about.
Yeah.
let's discuss it and see what could happen.
Yeah,
We don't know what's happening at the moment.
Okay. So this might be more of a social event than a
is a
fundraising
Yes,
event.
it's a social
yeah,
event.
that sounds like it, yes.
Is there any fundraising possibilities in it?
Well, given the fact that there won't be that many people there, I think that's a no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just something to perhaps hang a peg on for future years.
Yes. Yeah. Could be a trial.
Future years,
something
could
a
it
lot of
become-
people might be away at that time if things open up. I myself might be out of the country if we don't have to isolate when coming back. So
Would you be?
I think a number of other people would be.
Would you have been a potential player, Joseph?
No, I wouldn't be a potential player. I'd be absolutely useless.
Right. Well, let's move on.
But I'd come and support.
Okay, that's all I have to
Come and
say.
wave 2 flags.
The other thing was this website. I think Keith was, no, sorry, Gillian was supposed to do something about a Facebook page, minute 36. I don't think anything happened there. And put the Facebook page, this could feed us. Gillian needs a month to get this organized and ask that anyone has pictures of previous events to send them to her. The page would be called QCA UK Facebook, and we'll put the charity website on hold for now. But I don't think nothing's been done on that.
To be carried forward, I think.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's on Facebook anyway.
39, membership. Othniel Lewis has paid a sub and he's happy to be co-opted. Unfortunately, Othniel Lewis hasn't paid for this year, even though I sent a reminder. That's the remark.
Okay.
I think that's all I had. Let's see.
So this
That's
guy
all I
Austin
had.
Lewis is happy to be co-opted.
Pardon?
Did you say this guy, or what's his name, Austin Lewis?
No, Othniel Lewis. You were the one that said or I believe you're the one said he's happy to be co-opted. Did you introduce him, Mark?
What's his name?
Othniel Lewis.
Oh, right. Yes,
All
yes,
right. Yeah.
Yes. So
is
the
it.
youngster, that's right. That's
Youngster, yes.
Right.
But
Like
he hasn't paid his sub, so he's no longer a member. Even though I sent a reminder.
I mean, I think with him we should wait until we're actually
Yeah,
active
because
again,
I
because
don't
it's very
think the
hard
country
to,
was
you know.
used over here studying.
that's right.
Yeah.
He's a nice young blood to be in it. He and his friend. Huh? That's strength goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have nothing more on matters.
Okay. That's matters concluded, isn't it? So now we move on to item 7, the finance. Praveen, that's you.
Hi everyone. Yes, so the balance on the gold account is £7,013. And the
Yeah.
balance on the cash account is £1,413. So the cash account 1413 and the gold account 7013. In the past, we had agreed to leave the cash account with a balance of 2,500, but due to the lack of activity, I've just left it at £1,400 as there's no other major payments or outgoings to make.
That should be all right.
Yeah. And the only other point of note is the bank charges are now £8 a month. It's gone up from £5 a month.
What?
And the interest is negligible. It's pence, earning pence on the 7,000 in the gold account.
£8 a month on what? On the cash account or both?
On the cash account.
Why are we paying so much for this account when other charities are paying nothing at all?
I probably need to look at other bank accounts. I mean, we've had this
I think
CAF
we
account
do.
for a long time, yeah.
Yeah, we do need to.
You see, this is the Charities Aid Foundation bank account. So, you know, one would think they'll be kind to charities.
Mm. Yeah, and they've been introducing additional charges as well for issuing a check. I see the latest check was 50 pence. When we write a check, granted, we only write 5-6 checks a year when we're active, and this year only one check was issued for the language materials.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Praveen,
So we have up to 6 allowed.
But I need to double check. No, I don't think there's a limit, but they're now charging. We're well below the limit that they I think it's like in excess of 20 or something per annum, but we don't issue so many checks. A maximum of 6 or 8 a year when we're active. This year, just one check.
Praveen, do we not have online banking?
We have online banking, but we have the bank mandate whereby 2 people have to authorize a payment. So with online banking, I don't know logistically how that would work, because you need 2 people to release
Well,
payment.
Yeah, I don't think the banks allow it where there's more than one signatory required.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. I think, well, I've got experience where we've got 2, so for my cricket club, for example, I do online banking, even though they require 2 signatories. If you clear it with them and if we approve it on committee.
I can call the bank and ask them to follow up with them
Yeah,
on
find
that.
out.
Sorry, Dave, which bank do you use?
Barclays.
For Barclays? Yeah, Barclays and those other banks. Yeah, there's less formality. Yeah, but I can find out from CAF Bank.
Worth doing that, worth finding out. I mean, more and more people are, or fewer people are using checks nowadays, as you know.
Yeah, but it's just for us and our expenses and paying for whenever we have events. Yeah. Yes. And just so with Barclays, they're not, for your association, are there any charges for holding an account? No?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have a look at that. Ian, are there any reservations looking at all the accounts as we've had this from the beginning? The CAF account?
Sorry, say again?
Are there any reservations with switching bank accounts? Any historic reasons? I mean, we've held the
Well, we went to the Charity Aid Foundation because that was the bank account for charities, and because we were in the past having to pay some sort of charges. I can look. Hold on.
Yeah, certainly the banks that I'm familiar with for the various lodges, etc., that I'm involved with. I'm familiar with Barclays, Lloyds, NatWest, and HSBC as well, and none of them charge for charity accounts. They call them business accounts, but like business accounts, and there's no charges on those.
All
Yeah.
right, okay, no, I'll,
Need to
I'll
move in that case.
follow up.
Okay, we'll save save £100 a year.
Yeah,
Or more if we're being charged per check as well.
Those
Right.
balances as are at what date, Praveen?
so the end of June.
Thank you. Okay, what Ian's run off to get, but
I
can
think
we,
he's going to check something on the bank.
It's going to check which bank we used previously.
can we come back to him then?
Yeah, that's fine, we can do that. The Language materials, did you want me to give you an update, Chris, on that, or?
Is there any more financial stuff you want to?
No
report on-
financial matters, it's just the charges and the current balances, no other issues. Periodically, CAF Bank would send requests to verify the names of trustees. And annually, they'll verify details of all the trustees. And recently, they sent an email asking why we haven't made any transfers or donations during the past 2 years, but I told them we recently made a donation to QC for the books. Yeah, so that was the only correspondence with the bank.
You can ask Bruce. Bruce, shall we move on?
Yes, we can move on. I thought Ian was getting something on this. But anyway, item 8, charitable initiatives, language materials. Any others?
So yeah, so
What
the
do
books
we
were
hear about
shipped to Guyana. It arrived the end of April. The school didn't do anything for a while until I guess we were chasing them up, and then I spoke to Dominic, who followed up with Marcel, his brother, and he cleared everything and got them sent to the school in June. Yeah, so I mean, I guess if the school can give us some sort of feedback or that they've received it and it's been sent or
Yes.
something, that would be useful.
I thought I had a history of our banks, but I can't find it. Not quickly, anyway.
Not to worry.
We did, we did have at least 2 previous bank accounts and we switched because of charges.
Right. Okay, so there's no reason to remain then.
I noticed that when we're doing any overseas transfer, CAF Bank use Barclays.
An intermediary, yeah, then.
Anyway. So sorry, the language you did tell me before, the language
Yeah.
materials cost what?
So it was, let me open the spreadsheet. It was just over £1,800, and then the shipping costs were 230.
Yeah,
I'll open it back again.
and you I think this should be minuted.
Right, yeah, I'm just opening this. Yeah, so the materials cost £1,821, and the shipping costs were £210. So the total was £2,031.
Which you paid and reimbursed yourself.
Yes, so yeah, that's the when I sent out the spreadsheet with all the costs that I was reimbursing, yeah. So everything was ordered via Amazon, and Amazon is a nightmare to deal with because if you order 50 books, they'll send them in batches of 5 or 10, which caused a lot of chaos with my cards, and because you have to have staff there to open multiple packets and things like that. So in future, it's probably easier going to a publisher and saying, okay, we want 50 of these books, 100 of these books. And so that in the end, one book Amazon couldn't deliver. So they delivered a few copies and they just went quiet. So I just contacted the actual publisher and just got the 30 copies they needed. Yeah.
Also, thanks to Praveen for
By the way, does CAF,
Right.
the bank, right, the charity bank, do they charge us for overseas payment?
Yeah, I think it's the same £20 for overseas transfers.
Oh, so there's no
I
advantage
always
there.
charge for
Okay.
overseas transfers.
Yeah, most yeah, banks are more of a charge.
Mm.
So we'd like an acknowledgement from the school that they've been.
Yeah, that would be
received.
good. Just that they've, but Marcel confirmed that he cleared the items from customs and he delivered them to the school, but I guess the language teacher can at least some acknowledgement that it's being used and they've received the items.
We never got a thank you then.
They thanked us initially when we told them we were going to go ahead with the project
Oh,
and
okay.
for everything, but yeah.
So do we know who to contact?
Yeah, so Candida Williams is the language
Oh,
teacher,
yes.
so I can drop her an email, just
Yeah.
ask her that, you know, we've been told that the president of the board of governors delivered everything and just that they have everything and it's up and running. Yeah.
We only got a quarter of an hour left for free, you know, so let's,
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Membership,
everything I had.
where's the chairman? What's happening?
membership. Item 8, membership. No, item 9, membership, please.
Item 8, charitable initiatives. We should discuss this with Alison Lindner's proposal about her a year wanting to subscribe to something. We don't know how much money is likely to be raised, or we don't know what, the school hasn't advised us of anything. So I don't know what we should do.
I mean, the most we
Let's
can do is,
let's just look at one of the old wish list. There's always something to get done anyhow. So
or
I
I
mean,
can just contact Marcel again at the board of governors just to find out if there's any pressing items or they have an updated wish list.
Makes sense.
So you'll do that?
Yeah, I'll drop Marcel an email. Yeah. Yeah, he was quite good in getting everything cleared. So yeah, he's does reply.
Oh, can we jump back to matters? I missed something. The matters arising. In minute 37, there was this business of donations for goal posts, and Mark was to ask Alfred Granger to send a request to us if they wanted a donation for goal posts. Has anything happened in that?
yeah, actually, what ended up happening is that I did the goal post because I was part of the what you call again grass cut group that sort of like semi-angels to the field. So I actually ended up getting the goal post done.
So you paid for it yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, because in the middle of the COVID, we didn't have anything on, so I just paid for it and just said to them that's on my behalf.
Excellent.
minute our acknowledgement of the
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, should we move on to item 9 now, membership, or?
We only have one new member, that's John Mayer. Remember, he was approved by the committee on the 9th of July last year.
Is he a fee-paying member?
Yeah, he's a member. He's got to pay. He's paid his sub.
Okay.
Normally, by concession, if you join after half the year is gone, we allow the next year to be included in the sub. We've been doing that for some time. So he's effectively paid up until the end of this year, until the 30th of September this year.
He didn't want to become a life member, did he?
I know he didn't say so. The option was given to him.
Right. So the only one more to remember. So that's it. So any other business?
Just to record that I circulated this Charities Commission regulatory alert that came in from them, but I don't think there's any action on our part. I circulated by email on the 25th of June.
We're not effectively going into the school or anything, so I think most of that is irrelevant to us.
Yeah.
It's all about contact with the school kids.
Yeah, I looked through it. I couldn't see anything of relevance. Yeah.
Exactly then. Could I just thank Westmus and Westmus and Venus Fleet for accommodating us with their Zoom ID and password. And they cover that as a donation to us. I don't know how long we'll be doing Zoom for. Hopefully not long. Anyway, they were, and I must be very grateful to them for all the help and the contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, here.
By the way, I've got one other little in your other business, please. Hello?
Go ahead. Yes, we can hear you.
No, there should be an ICQC meeting, I think, around the 25th of July. I got a WhatsApp message on this ICQC group from what's his name in Canada? Eden from Canada. There was a bit of some I don't know, discrepancy, not a word, a bit of confusion that occurred between the Guyana president, who is now acting as, who is not acting, who is supposed to be the ICQC president and the secretary, which end up in a bit of a brawl to some extent because yeah, definitely. I'll have to use the word brawl because at least on paper and in writing anyhow, because he then had actually who is the secretary sent the agenda that should be covered at the ICQC meeting, and it seems as though the president from the Guyana, the new president in Guyana, okay, didn't like the agenda and told him to change it, and that she wanted certain things in and out, and he said, well, it's not her position to do that, because it seems as though as you know, the ICQC president is sort of like just a paper president, so basically just there to chair. It's not really a president that will, I don't know, I mean, authorize and tell people what to do from what not to do. So the meeting ended up getting canceled because there was no chair. And then what's happened now, I mean, some other groups also decided that, I mean, why don't we have the meeting? So he's now put the meeting back. I mean, I tried to be a little bit of a mediator, which I thought I'd gotten somewhere, and then eventually he sent back the agenda, and then it seemed as though Pauline never answered, who is the president in Guyana. So they're going ahead with the meeting without potential chairman. It seems, you know, but I think that particular ICQC president is the tenure is up at the end of July anyhow. So hopefully that refutes the matter, because I think it seems though the president, I mean, the present QCOSA president, I mean, I think she's a lawyer, and wherever she's read in the constitution of ICQC, it seems as though she's, well, I don't know, she seems to interpret it differently from what is in a proper legal sense, that like she's the chairman and she says what goes has to go, you know. So they end up at a stalemate, basically, you know.
Well, lawyers never agree. That's why we have court cases, right?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a madness also. I mean, the only not too happy that we send the stuff directed to them, and that we should have sent it to QCOSA. So I said, but I know we normally do that, you know, but at you know, each chapter does what they want to do with regards to supply to school. We all our allegiance to the school, not necessarily to COCOSA. And I mean, my only little worry is that she seems to say that, I mean, everyone should go through COCOSA to get to the school because the school don't have enough time. So I said to her, that's going to create a bit of problem. I mean, London, we don't have a problem with it because we've always worked very close with COCOSA, but most of the other chapters tend to like to deal with the school direct based on various I don't know, challenges or issues that they've had with COCOSA over the last 20, 30 years and at different times, you know. So I'm hoping that they don't try to put in a mandate like that because it's definitely going to create, I mean, at least COCOSA trying to bully everyone to say, well, you have to come through us, you know what I mean to say. So I said to her, even in our case, I mean, only because we've got a good relationship is fine, but our allegiance is to the school, it's not to COCOSA. You see what I'm saying? We use COCOSA as a medium to communicate with the school,
The-
but
No,
and
but
that's
we
about
deal
it.
with the Board of Governors mainly, so all our requests are through the school and the Board of Governors, so that's been consistent over the years. I think it's a bit dangerous dealing with CUCOSA because that committee has a lot of infighting and a lot of problems year
Well,
on year.
exactly.
So I
Exactly.
wouldn't trust them with anything, to be
Well,
Well,
honest.
that's
Can I-
exactly why I think the other groups also tend to not. I mean, it's a volatile group. COCOSA is volatile. You see what I'm saying? Some years it's okay, and some years it's not. You know.
Yeah, they got rid of a lot of the committee members on CUCOSA who we used to deal with, like Mizana was the treasurer for many
Yeah.
years, and they got rid of a lot of people we were familiar with. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too
can I
comfortable
just-
dealing with any of them.
Can I just interject here? We used to deal with CUCOSA, as they call themselves, in the past, because that was the only way we could send money. We did not have, the Board of Governors apparently didn't have a bank account or anything. When the Board of Governors did inform us
That
they
even
had a
a
bank
white
account,
people.
we sent everything through them. And that's the way we should go, because CUCOSA is not a charity. The money we send them doesn't necessarily go to charitable purposes.
Yes, that's true.
If we send through the Board of Governors, it's got to go to the school, can't go anywhere
Yes.
else.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the way, and CUCOSA can't tell us what to do. We are an independent registered charity.
Well, exactly. Well, that's why I was trying to tell
Exactly.
Pauline to some extent, you know. But I mean, she just raised her eyebrows at it. So I mean, I just thought to myself, well, let's see how this unfolds, because I'm hoping that because it doesn't think they could bully all the other chapters to say you have to come through us.
Yeah, they can't say
That's
that.
what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about, you know.
I pointed out the time they've had a constitution, I pointed out, we are an independent organization. They may call us, they may call us a chapter, but we're not really chapter of a federation. We are an
Yes.
independent organization answerable to the charity law of England. And
That's
it.
right.
And we have our own constitution, which we abide by.
Yeah. Yeah.
And outsiders can't tell us what to do.
Yep. So, and, you know, that's where it is with the ICQC scenario at the moment. But I thought, let me just brief you guys. So we'll see what unfolds at the end of the month, and then brief at our next meeting. Whoever chairs it, I just said somebody could just volunteer, just a chair to just say what's next on the agenda. It's not, you know, the chairman is not the person there to have everybody with a big stick and tell you what to do. So I mean, normally in our case, at least I know when I was chairman for even in the UK, I mean, the secretary prepares the agenda and I follow through, you know. So, you know.
Oh, sorry, everyone. I just have to drop off. I just have to take care of my daughter. My wife's heading out.
Okay, no problem. I think we
Yeah.
can anyhow.
Anyway, yeah, just drop me a line with anything you need, and I will catch up later.
Okay, then cool.
Getting on to the hour anyway for, I don't know, we get an hour free and we have to pay beyond that or something on Zoom.
I'm not sure.
As long as you like,
Ron has volunteered to pay.
as long as you like, it's unlimited.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Are we going to have our next meeting by Zoom? When are we planning this?
Well, see, let's see
Most
what
likely, well, let's see how it unfolds. I mean,
Unfolds after
Mr.
we-
Chairman will tell us. Will tell us.
I'll keep you informed.
I think it makes
See how
sense
it pans out
to have
after.
committee meetings online.
It does actually.
until we're all ready to meet up properly. I think it is sensible because we can have them more or less whenever we want. We don't have to book rooms and all the rest
Yep.
of it.
Rooms, or we don't have to travel to get there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I need to drop off as well now, gentlemen. So pleased to see you all and see you as soon as possible.
Okay then.
Good to see you as
You'll
well.
be
You take
full.
care.
Good to see you.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.
Well,
Yes,
anything
Dave.
else to discuss anyway.
Actually, the one would be very good. I mean, once it open up, I think this is a very good way of actually having a meeting. And then what we could just do is have a social, probably 2 times a year, so where we definitely meet up at the embassy. I
Exactly.
mean, it's just an
That's
idea,
be
you
the
know?
best idea. Yeah, that's the best idea.
Yeah,
So,
you see.
I mean, should we just schedule one in 2 months' time to have something in the calendar so we don't, drift apart?
Yeah.
So everyone say 2 months' time, that brings us in September. Depends on the date.
Yeah.
Or cases.
Yeah, we could do that and invite all the members on the committee members, just a social, we could probably even raise a little bit of money doing it. Well, hopefully a $5 or $10.
If we're having a social, we may as well do it after the AGM.
Yeah, I mean, I just think if a meeting, a business, business.
In the past, in the dim and distant past, we used to have general meetings, and then the attendance was so poor we gave up and just had the AGM and the social to follow. Plus, of course, our other activities.
Yeah.
Of hands on that, but let's see how things pan out. We could book a meeting in a couple of months.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
see, a Zoom meeting.
if this business of the August cricket is likely to come off, then we should have a meeting before that.
That's less than,
Yeah. Good thinking.
Yeah,
less than two.
I sense that this cricket match, because it's going to be more of a social event than anything else, it'll be pretty kind of ad hoc. And I don't know
But
whether
we'd want to
need
know
have a
what
meeting
we're
for
planning
that.
on doing and how we're planning on doing it. So an online meeting would cover that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think if the cricket match is going to go ahead, we can call a special meeting for that, but maybe we should just schedule one.
Schedule one, and if
For
we
a
don't
couple of
need it, we
months,
can always
yeah.
cancel it.
Yeah.
So, which dates are we thinking about?
How about a week before that meeting? So something like the 16th of August, which is a Monday, or the 13th of August, the previous Friday, or somewhere around there.
30th of August is out for me.
Well, how about the 6th of August?
My granddaughter's wedding reception. She got married a year ago, but then had to delay the reception.
Yeah, 6th of August is one of the few dates in August I definitely would not be able to make.
Let me get a calendar.
It doesn't have to be on a Friday. But if this match is going to be on the 20th, did you say
23rd.
23rd? Which is
Monday the
Monday.
23rd.
We should have the meeting at least maybe 2 weeks before. Because a week before might be too soon if there was anything we wanted to do.
So how about something like Monday the 9th, or
Could do the 9th.
Ninth is okay, not the 8th. Not the 6th of the. Yeah. Right, is that carried? How does everyone else feel
Yeah,
about
that's
it?
okay, May 6:30.
okay for the 9th?
6:30. Okay.
And Chris, are you going to advise the people who've been co-opted? I need to know on what they
Yes, I
like.
suppose unless I can persuade Fred to do that before,
Pardon?
unless I can persuade Fred to do that instead.
Well, I mean, Claire said she would do all these things, but well,
Okay, yes.
okay, but I mean,
Yeah, I can
the
send an
thing is,
email.
we should as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We've got these people co-opted. We should advise them as soon as possible. I don't mind
Okay.
doing it.
Okay, you can do
I
that.
think Fred is going to need an assistant, you know, because I
Well,
mean,
that's what Claire is
it's
going
very-
to do the job. She
yeah,
can be
because
just
I
a
mean,
nominal,
secretary work is quite a lot of
secretary.
work. So I mean, you really need somebody who needs. If you can have somebody who's now doing it for the first time, they definitely need an assistant.
I mean, if you want to email them to just inform them and check that they're willing, Ian,
I can email them, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
and let them know that we planned this meeting for the 9th. But that's driven by whether this cricket match will happen or not. Monday, the 23rd. It might be hard to raise a side on a Monday.
Monday.
at what time is this cricket match likely to start then?
No idea.
Where's Dave? He's gone?
He's gone. He's gone.
Yes.
He had to go to his dinner.
Yeah, your guess is as good as the
I mean,
rest of
it's
us.
not, it's getting end of August. It's not all that light after work. I mean, Monday's a
It's
work
light enough, it should be if it's not raining.
unless it's going to be a veterans match. Pensioners.
Monday, I don't know who the availability of people to play on Monday. It's got to be a veterans, they're all going to retire.
Okay, well, we'll have to find out from Dave what his ideas are. Okay. Are we done then, Bruce?
Addendum. Yes. Is that it then?
I have nothing more.
No, so
I have nothing else.
shall we close this meeting then and just minute that we will have a Zoom meeting on the 9th of August.
Right.
6:30.
Yeah. That's a month today.
Yes. It's monthly. So that's it. Yeah, the meeting closed.
Okay.
Thank you all. Lovely seeing you.
Cheers.